Pastor Parnell is not only a good man and a faithful man. Pastor Parnell, that's who he is. That's not just attributes that he has. That's actually who he has become. That's who he is. Can I go there a minute? Can I tell you how he got here? Pastor Parnell was in Birmingham, Alabama, in a church that he couldn't do all he done did here. In a church, they weren't going to let him spread out and have it. In a church that sometimes the folk want to read the magazine while church was going on. But just cause faithful, just cause folks ain't faithful to you. You got to remain faithful unto him. He said, be ye faithful unto me, and I'll give you a crown of life. But God tests you. God put you in a place where you can't do what you want to until he see that you the one. Can I go on? He was good and faithful servant over there in Moody. And then one day, he was working at a Princeton Baptist church. Hospital. Said, old man said, oh, that's the other part I meant to tell y'all. Paul that got so old, he started remembering. I got it wrote down. I want y'all to read that for yourself now. I'm serious. I want y'all to read that for yourself. 2 Timothy 4, he said, Timothy, when you come down here and see me, he said, stop by Philippi and pick up my Bible. He said, stop by Corinthians because I left my robe down there. Y'all know I leave stuff everywhere. But Parnell, I lost my hat. Parnell said, Pastor, I'll just get you another one. So don't look. So old pastor had got old and he was leaving stuff everywhere. He said, come to see me before fall. But here's where we close. Parnell was at this hospital, Baptist Hospital of Princeton. And there was a man worked there. And he was Parnell's supervisor, and he left and went on by his business. And he and Parnell didn't speak for years. Let me tell you how God worked it. But the man came down here and got over the whole Bay City Hospital. Anybody been to Bay City? The man got over the whole, and it needed some straightening out. It needed some straightening out. And after all these years, the man said, God put it in his heart. If I'm going to straighten it out, I'm going to send for a good and faithful servant. So he sent for Parnell. And I'm glad Parnell didn't act like some of y'all act like, well, I'm going to think about it. You know, you think about man being to call somebody else. Man said, you want it? He said, I'll be down there tomorrow. How did he get here? By being a good and faithful servant. Now, it wasn't no accident. It wasn't no accident that while the man called him down here to straighten out Bay City, he really didn't call him to straighten out Bay City. Can I tell y'all a secret? He called him to straighten out Greater Beulah, Great New Bethel. It wasn't no accident. Didn't you get called about 30 days after you got down here?
It was actually within 90. It was 60 days.
60 days. Who called the pastor down? He don't even know where he stayed. He don't even know how to get around town. But he don't even know how to get around town, but he knows how to get up in here. God said, I got something for you. I'm here to tell you as I close, God got something for you. But you got to learn to be good. You got to learn to be better than you used to be. You got to learn to tell yourself the truth about yourself. Change from your wicked ways. And God got something for you. But you got to be faithful. When you don't have nothing, you got to be faithful. I had a woman follow me to Texas, and all we had out there in the refrigerator was a jar of jelly. What a jar of jelly gonna do? You ain't got no bread to put it on. I had a woman that followed me, and they cut the lights off. And we just sit there, burn the candle, and us had a good time. I had a woman when everybody said I wasn't about nothing, gonna have nothing, gonna be nothing. That woman sit in the dog with me. I want to tell you right now, when you got somebody with you, you ought to thank God. Oh, she reaping now. She get mad with women. My wife get mad with women. And I make a joke out of it. She said, just makes me so mad that woman gave him all the best years of her life. Then he divorced her, got that young woman, and now he taking care of her children. It just makes me so mad. I said, baby, don't get mad with the man. Don't get mad with the man. You get mad with the woman. Because the blues singer said she just made her move too soon. I'm going to sit down now. What if Jesus, after he came in on Palm Sunday, came in and everybody was hollering, holler, holler, hallelujah. And before he got up the street, they changed into the mob child. What if Jesus wasn't faithful unto? What if Jesus said they don't deserve it, but he looked beyond our faults and still supplied our every need? What about a man named Jesus, led him from judgment hall to judgment hall? Say, I could have summoned a thousand angels, broke it up, but he hung there. Bible says he hung there from the 6th to the 9th hour. He hung there. The sun refused to shine. He hung there. The earth quaked. He hung there. The graves were open. He hung there. One thief said, come down. I didn't go up for you. Oh, but I was a thief on the other side. Said, do, Lord, remember me. They took him down, put him in a borrowed grave, stayed there 3 days. Early that Sunday morning, he got up with all power, but he left the church in the hands of a few men, like Pastor Pondale. Be thou faithful, thou good and faithful servants. I give you a crown of life. Thank y'all very much.